Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder. Real talk. This is the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 26. Um, we're gonna talk about some MMA. All right. We got Brother George coming in the piece. Let me read this first before we start the intro. Just remember us as the righteous ones, we are still be winners. That's the real, the number one grinder. All right. We are the ones who practice righteousness. We still winners. All right. So get that out. That. Um. Tom Malone in the building. Thanks for coming. Cooking with CER. Also, thanks for coming. Appreciate brothers that showed up. I'm gonna hit y'all with this intro. Not that. Be back. Oh, I'm sorry. I got myself muted. Welcome to my channel. The underrated. I mean, to my channel. Oh yeah, I got it. Thank you, Joe. Let me do this again. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk. This is yours truly, number one grinder. This is the underrated MMA sports talk number 26. They said why secondary channel. The underrated talk is that also my channel that will be up soon. So watch out. I'll come back for that and everything. So I'm introducing y'all, brother George Page. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, folks. You might recognize me. My name is George Page, all the rage, aka the Perfect Sage, aka the Joker, aka the Emperor of Female Badminton Talk, aka the Emperor of WWE Talk, and also aka the Emperor of Wrestling Talk. I been on this channel for a while. I've been a guest of my brother here, Underrated. Also, if you follow my channel, I'm almost to 700 subscribers. So, subscribe, like, join, whatever you like to do, and also support my man, the number one grinder, and support, combat sports in general.
All right. So how you feel, brother?
I feel all right. I feel all right. Like I said, we called me this afternoon. I was at my sister's house. We were spending a little time. It was this whole week is going to be a lot of birthdays in my family. It was my nephew's birthday this weekend. My
Okay.
younger brother's birthday is Tuesday. My second oldest sister, her birthday is gonna be that Thursday, and then Wednesday, and my birthday is gonna be Friday. And she was the baby girl of the family. Last week with she's the third youngest of the girls. It was her, my sister Mary's birthday, and she passed away like about 4 years ago. And me and my older sister went to her gravesite, put some flowers on it.
Okay, got you, got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I condolences again. I condolences.
that's all right. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Glad to be here. Now we got XA got to 23. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Good evening, family. How you brothers doing?
All right, all right. We doing all right. We doing okay.
I'm
How
Doing
you
doing
doing,
all
good,
right.
brother?
man. I'm just here, just chilling, man. On a boring Sunday. Not really much, nothing you can do, man. You know what I mean? So I just been chilling. So
Got you.
Well, if you live in my town, Sunday here is dead earth. Because I used to work at a gas station, we get a lot of business from South Carolina because South Carolina you can't buy alcohol on Sundays. So we used to get a crowd come from South Carolina, but not much going on other than watching football or watching TV. Not much action going on.
Gotcha, gotcha.
yeah.
Let me introduce these people before we get into it. God, I know we got quite a few stuff we got to cover, especially we were not on last week, y'all. So we're gonna make up for that. So salute. Let me go. Tom Malone, my day one brother. My day one family. Thanks for coming, and also cooking with CER. Senior, thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. What's the noise in the background? Oh, okay. Hello.
Uh, Not much, man. I'm just hearing you salute the brothers in the chat room.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't.
I hear some of the background.
Maybe it's my fan. Hold on. How about
Mm,
now?
it's not me.
Let me say hello, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's better.
All right.
Okay, all right, now then let's get into it. Which matches y'all want? Which match you want to cover? Oh, let me say it. I'm George. I talked to George earlier. It's got you. Oh, Valerie. Oh, Valerie. We gonna talk about
Right,
Valerie
right.
tonight. Yes,
Right,
sir.
right. Before we get into that, man, we got to recap UFC 268.
Let's go.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was. I think it's probably one of the best pay-per-views they had. Usually it seemed like anytime if this is just me, it's just me. But when Usman and Shashinko are on the same card together, it seems like it's the best pay-per-view.
True
Mm-hmm.
that. True that. True that. And let me see. I'm trying to, cause like I said, it was last weekend, right? So I'm trying to remember the fights. Like I said, the first three fights, they were okay. The first three fights. There was a fight in the heavyweight division. It was John Vellante versus Chris Barnett. And going into the fight, this was John Vellante's retirement fight, because they're in New York and, he's from New York. So he's trying to get that one more win before he could go out on the shield. But, I mean, damn, Chris Barnett, man, the big man, he did this spinning back kick, hit John Vellante in the back of the Gian Vellante in the back of the head, and it just dropped him, man. That was crazy, man. Because Chris Barnett, I know that the heavyweight limit is 260, but I know that man weighs over like 300 pounds. And it was crazy just to see him did that spinning back hit that hit John Vellante in the back of his head, man. That was crazy, man. Crazy knockout. The next fight was Ian Gary versus Joe Williams. You guys know Ian Gary, he's from, the same country McGregor is. So, they're trying to hype him up to be the next guy. But like I said, in this fight, Jordan Williams, he was tagging Ian Gary. He was just lighting this kid up. But, Jordan Williams made the big mistake. He overextended on his shot, left himself wide open. And Ian Gary capitalized with that, and he knocked Jordan Williams out. I mean, his body just dropped like a sack of bricks, man. This shit was crazy. So we're going to head over to the prelim cards. It was Ed Sebastian versus, I can't even say this dude's name. But as you guys know, Ed Sebastian, he's from, the Ronda Rousey camp, Ed Tavernian. I mean, the worst camp ever. And like I said, ever since he was in that camp, man, this guy, man, he's been in his last 3 fights. He has been getting beat up bad. I mean, literally bad. You know what I mean? And like I said, Nordstrom Islam, I mean, he just dominated this kid. He just dominated Ed Sebastian. Because like I said, don't get me wrong, Ed Sebastian, he has good striking, but his groundwork just sucks. It was just horrible. I mean, Nordin, he was just hammering him onto the ground. And, and the fight ends up stopping. And, you know what I mean? And that's why I think that what's best for Ed Sebastian, I think he should just get away from that camp. We talked about this plenty of times with George Page and coach, that the Ed Tavernian, he's just a horrible coach. He only got this much attention because of Ronda Rousey, you know what I mean? But anyways, the next fight was in the middleweight division. It was Phil Hawes versus Chris Curtis. And man, Phil Hawes was lighting up Chris Curtis. It was to the point that Phil Hawes made a big mistake. He left himself wide open. Chris Curtis clipped him with the, I believe it was the left hook, and Phil Hawes did the chicken dance. You know what I mean? He tumbled over, and then Chris Curtis started hammer fist, and the fight was over. That shit was crazy, man. That was a crazy comeback because Chris Curtis was getting lit up in that fight, man. He just, capitalized on Phil Hawes' mistake because Phil Hawes was throwing all kinds of shots, and you could clearly see when Phil Hawes didn't have the gas tank anymore. Like I said, he just threw that one shot that Chris Curtis capitalized on, and he just knocked him out. The next fight was in the lightweight division. It was Al Quinta versus Bobby Green. And Al Quinta is from New York, so, he has been trying to get this big win. But like I said, I believe Al Quinta was away for the sport for a while. You know what I mean? But, man, Bobby Green was lighting up Al Quinta on the feet. Quinta got Bobby Green up against the cage, and Bobby Green threw that nasty 1-2 drop of Quinta, and from there he just pounded him, and the fight was over, man. I like Bobby Green a lot, man. I love that brother a lot, man. He's pretty damn good, man. All right, so the next fight was in the middleweight division. It was Alex Rivera versus Andre Masuklev. I can't even say his damn name. But if you guys know about Alex Pereira, he was a kickboxing champion, and he was known for knocking out the middleweight champion Israel Adesanya, which you guys know now. Izzy is the middleweight champion in the UFC. So, like I said, there was a lot of hype about Alex Pereira coming into the UFC because, that's the future fight that the UFC wants to put out is Alex Pereira versus Izzy. But going into the fight, Alex Pereira, man, Andres Mukaslas, he tried to grapple with Alex Pereira. And like I said, Alex Pereira showed very good grappling and very good takedown defense. And man, I mean, Alex Pereira threw this nasty standing knee that hit Andre Pereira, and he just stopped it. The fight was over. It was a good stoppage too because when I can't even say this dude's name. When he got hit with the flying knee, I mean, he just toppled him down. You could clearly see that it was a very good stoppage. It was just over. He wasn't getting up on that fight. But like I said, I'm still not gonna jump on the Alex Pereira's hype train. I still need to see him win a couple more fights before I can at least he said that he's ready for Izzy Adesanya. But all right, so now we move on to the main card, and it was one of my favorite fights of the night. It was Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. I mean, man, from start to finish, brothers, it was awesome. It was an awesome fight, man. I mean, Justin Gaethje had Chandler hurt. Chandler had Justin Gaethje hurt. Justin Gaethje drops Chandler. Chandler hurt Gaethje. I mean, this fight was just awesome from start to finish, man. And like I said, I'm happy for the UFC to put this fight as the first fight on the main card because, you know, a lot of people was talking about it, man. And that fight lived up to the hype, man. It was a very good fucking fight by both these two, man. You know, I wish that it was a 5-fight rounder, but, you know, it was only a 3-rounder. But still, that was one hell of a fucking good fight, man. The next fight was Shane Burgos versus Billy Quarantino. I would say that this fight was okay. I didn't really get too excited about this fight because, like I said, I was on the edge of my seat because of the last fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would say it was an okay fight. You know, I wasn't really all that interested in that fight. So yeah, it was a good win for Shane Burgos because you know Shane Burgos, he got knocked out in his last fight by Edson Barboza, but it's good to see him back on the win column. So the next fight was Frankie Edgar versus Marlon Vera, and this is a thing why some of these veterans in the UFC needs to know when to hang up the gloves. And tonight it showed it because Marlon Vera, he front kicked the shit out of Frankie Edgar, and Frankie Edgar's body just dropped like a sack of bricks. And you could clearly see that when Frankie got consequences, he was talking about, I was fine and all that shit. No, you got front kicked to the fucking face, man. And this is why these fighters who are like 40 years old, it's time for you guys to, you know, get up out of the sport. Let me look how old Frankie is. Let me see.
I think he's about 40, I think.
Yeah, he's 40 years old. Frankie is 40 years old. And like I said, guys like him, you know, they can't compete with the sport because of these young fighters. But I hate when fighters do this shit. You know, I know that what's his name? Lovis Shera won the belt at the age 42. But like I said, when you start to lose like fights and you like get knocked out, like in your last big fight, yeah, it's time for you to hang up the gloves, man. And that's what Frankie Edgar needs to do. He needs to hang up the gloves, man, because like his last 3 fights, he's been taking a really nasty beating. So, so the next fight is Rose Namajunas versus Jean Pelé 2. Now, a lot of people keep saying that Jean Pelé was robbed in this fight. I actually kind of disagreed. I thought Rose beat Jean Pelé to a unanimous decision. I gave because how the way I score it, I gave Jean Pelé rounds 1 and 3. Rounds 2, 4, and 5 was just all Rose. And sometimes you can actually swing those rounds around and say that Rose won 4-1 because when Jean Pelé got the takedown, Rose actually reversed it. So you could clearly say that Rose won rounds 4-1 or 3-2. George, let me hear your take on that before I recap the last fight of the main card. See what your take is on it.
Well, truthfully, it's like this. You know that Rose has a history of winning rematches. You know, she won a rematch with Jessica Andrade, won the rematch with JJ. She won a rematch with Tisha Torres. You know, she has a good record for winning rematches. The thing is, people, they've been trying to push Zhao Li is the next big thing. But the thing is, especially because Dana, because he wants to get into that Chinese market. We have Yang Zhana, who just lost against Carla Esparza. And I think the next fight is people really want to see is Esparza versus Rose, because they have a past, they had a history. Rose lost to Carla, in the debut of the strawweight division. But it's just I don't know, you know. But truthfully, people gotta get in their mindset that the fact is Jean lost. Simple as that.
Right, that's true. Yeah, she lost that fight. I don't know why people keep saying that she was robbed. I mean, Rose clearly won that fight. Like I said, you could at least score the fight 4-1 for Rose or 3-2 Rose. You know what I mean? But yeah, John Blake lost that fight. Like I said, she came into that fight with a new game plan, but at the same time, though, she just didn't have the stamina for that game plan because, like I said, wrestling. If you're gonna wrestle, you're gonna need a very good, strong stamina, and she just didn't have it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like I said, Rose, you know, she's the queen right now. And like I said, to me, the next fight, I know you like what George said, is Carla Esparza, but I don't think Dana White's going to give it to Carla Esparza because, first off, Carla Esparza she is not a draw, and Dana White just doesn't like her style. Let's just be real. He just does not like Carla Esparza's style. I know that it's a good storyline between Rose and Carla Esparza because back at the I'm trying to remember, it's the Tough Enough series. You know, Carla Esparza beated Rose to become the first strawweight champion. You know what I mean? And like I said, as the division grows, Rose has gotten a lot better. You know, I know it'll be a good rematch, but it's just a fight that Dana White just does not want right now. You know, so I think that they might do Rose versus Marina Rodriguez, you know, because that'll be a very good fight. You know what I mean? But like I said, we just gonna have to see what's the future lies and what's next for Rose and shit. But anyways, the last fight on the main card was Kamal Usman versus Colby Covington, and man, Kamal Usman, man, this brother is really damn fucking good. You know, man, he whooped Colby Covington's ass. I believe it was round 2. He dropped Covington not once but twice, man. You know what I mean? And if he have not gotten in the wrong position, he could have stopped Covington. You know what I mean? But you got to give props to Covington because Covington is very tough, man. Very tough as hell. Because like I said, he went all 5 rounds with Usman. And I believe it was round 4. At the end of round 4, he staggered Usman. You know what I mean? He staggered Usman. But like I said, Kamal Usman, he dominated. He dominated Colby Covington this time. And like I said, I just like how Kamal Usman's striking is getting. His striking is getting a lot better than he was the first time, because the first time when he fought Covington, you know, Usman was getting hit with a lot of shots. Like I said, what I saw in the rematch, that Usman was dodging a lot of shots, man. He was using the jab a lot more. He was doing a pull count. I saw all that shit, man. And he looks good. You know what I mean? Like I said, we don't know who he's going to fight next. I know that UFC is trying to push for the Chazmat guy. I still think he's not ready for Usman. I still think Chazmat needs one more just needs one more win. But like I said, UFC 268 was sick, man. Very sick card. Like I said, all the fights from start to finish was good, man. So I know know what? Let's talk about the Bellator, because I know the Bellator was all cards. So I'm gonna swing that over to my brother George Page.
All right. Well, like I said, I didn't even watch all of the fights. I know I watched some fights here and there. Most of the thing, the fight I really was, it was on the prelims, because all you got to do is like Bellator. What they do, they put their prelims on YouTube, and you know you can catch it, you know, there. You don't have to watch it on pay-per-view. That's gonna be Bellator. They keep this stuff on. They show the prelims on YouTube and show the main card on Showtime. Now, the fight I did watch that got my interest was Valerie Rader versus Taylor Turner, and Valerie did pretty good in this fight. I mean, she kept her distance, you know, because Taylor Turner is 5'10", and Valerie's like 5'4", and she kept her distance, and she was doing some pretty good striking while Taylor was just doing more kicking. But then there was a few times that Taylor did hit Valerie with some good shots and got to the cage a couple of times, and then pretty much, you know, I think Valerie was just hitting her with better shots across the chin. A couple of times she really staggered Taylor Turner. And the good thing, she kept the fight from going to the ground because Valley does not have a good, strong ground game. That's the one thing you build. Because she's, like I said, like I told her already, she's 23 years old. She's still young. She still can be developed and built as a better fighter. Just give you time. And then I think right about the end of the third round, one point she threw a kick in like a roundhouse kick into the side of Taylor Turner, and that looked like it really hurt. And she tries to do too much fancy stuff, like spinning backhands, those stuff that Valentina can do stuff like on point with no problems. She just doesn't have the accuracy compared to like somebody like Valentina. Certain kicks she needs to get away from. If she's gonna work, she has to do a lot of more. Like I follow Valentina. She does a lot of rotation stuff when she's training, and that's the thing that Valentina did. She needs to do more rotation stuff. Like keep doing things till it's almost natural for her. And then at the end, one point that Taylor did get against the cage at the time the end of the fight, and then it was over, and boom, and Valley did her little dance, and I seen the picture I seen you where she did a little thing where she kind of like she like pushed it out once.
She was turking, man. Oh, I seen that. That shit was beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
She has a beautiful young body.
Valerie. Valerie.
Now, there was one fight I think I watched. It was I'm trying to remember what was that fight. Like I said, I don't pay attention much to the guys like I should. I need to do that more. But it was a decent fight. I think it was the second fight on the main card, and all it did was most of the time those guys would just need each other in the junk. And one point, I think it was Reese versus no, it wasn't Reese. Was it Reese versus it was some other guys? I'm trying to remember that fight, but at one point I think they could have took a point from one guy. But then there was another fight that was also on that prelims. It was Bruna Ellen versus Desiree Yanez, Dirty Dez. And both these women they were like I think Bruna was 1-1. I think she's 2-1, and so she's got Bellator, and Dez was 0-1. They both fought Vita Aguiara. I think Bruna beat Vita, but Vita beat Dez. And the problem is, I think it was kind of it was all right fight. I didn't pay much attention like I should to it. It was just I think Bruna just had the better stand up. A couple of times, Dez tried to take it to the onto the ground, but she has 6 attempts. She keep missing. That's the thing is if you can't get somebody on the ground, you're wasting energy. Try to stay away from. Try to use your stand up. Try to kick. If you can get an opportunity to get on the ground, do. Now another fight that not a lot of people talked about that was on the main card, and that was Pam Bam Sorensen versus Arlene Blanco. And I talked about it because hey, these two women are legends. Arlene Blanco, she fought for the title 3 times. She fought for the title 3 times. She fought Julia Budd twice when he was going for the title. Fought her for a rematch when Julia Budd was for the championship. She fought Quit Cyborg. And Pam Bam Sorensen, she was the Invicta champion. She came over there. She fought this summer against Roberto Samad, and she won that fight by a split decision. And I followed Pam on IG. She said she had a game plan, and the problem was like she said, the game plan didn't go the way she wanted it to go. Arlene, even though Arlene is not a great overall MMA fighter, she has good stand up. She was throwing punches and bunches at one point. She was hitting. She was hitting Pam really hard. A couple of times, her head just took a jerk with some of Arlene's hits. And and I think around about the second round, Arlene hit her so hard that she cut the side of her face, and then she threw overhand right, which caused a big old knock over her eye. And I'm telling you, Pam took a lot of tough shots, and like I'm still learning from like guys like Coach and Common Breaker and WWE Addict, the language they use. Like one point when Arlene had Pam gets the cage, she kind of dropped. And like I say, change level so she can try to take less punishment and try to stall out Arlene, and then she put against the cage. and she do some kicks in and some strikes, but still, I think that Arlene was just more determined. It went unanimous decision for Arlene Blanco. But I'm like this. Pam, she might take her maybe 2 or 3 fights to ever get a title shot. Arlene, I don't see her anytime. She needs to really, rethink, what she's gonna do, because I don't think she has a shot for the. She already fought Cyborg for the title before, and Chris just killed her. I just don't see, she just killed her.
Okay. Valerie.
Also on the main card, the main fight everybody talk about is Chris Cyborg, and there's not much to talk about. Sinead Kavanaugh said she wasn't scared of Chris, but it doesn't matter. You're not scared of Chris. You just didn't have the skill. The struggle. It was slugging out for a good bit, and Sinead did get a couple of shots in, but then one point when she did get Chris get behind the cage, what happened? I mean, it was over. I mean, Sinead was done. I mean, as soon as Chris hit her, she fell backwards. Chris jumped on her like she was a like she was a a Christmas dinner left off for a hungry man. I mean,
Damn.
yeah, and she just hit her with a hammer fist, and then and it was over. I mean, and guess who was at that? Who was at Bellator 271? Hype Job Harrison.
No.
Now she's supposed to be a free agent, and the thing is that I don't think she's ready. She's not ready for Chris, or she's not ready for it. She's not ready. Even if she goes to Bellator, she still had people like Arlene Blanco to deal with. There's Leah McCourt. There's let's see. You still have who else will think about? I won't call Lady Smith a real threat. Maybe Pam Bam Sorensen and a couple others. If she can get past those 2 or 3 women, yes, she might have a shot at the belt. I wouldn't give her like with Cyborg, they gave her a straight title shot at Julia Budd because Cyborg's that damn good. But with Kayla, she's not that damn good. She just got her. She's just a bigger. She's just bigger. She's a bigger girl. That's all she really is, and she's just Ronda Rousey 2.0. Her stand-up's not that good. Like when she was doing the tournament, she fought Cindy Noir, who is a natural bantamweight. And Cindy lost a fight against Caitlin Young. So the question is, why didn't they put Caitlin Young against Kayla? See, the thing is, right. Caitlin is her standard is better. She's a Muay Thai specialist. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if she can get Caitlin in those clinch and just throw knees into her body, Caitlin's gonna fold like laundry. Mm-hmm. So it's just that's why they put against Cindy Noir, who's not 145 is probably Cindy maybe 5-6 pounds off her natural weight. Because Cindy's a thick girl. She's from Belgium. She's a mother. She has 4 or 5 kids. I'll see a picture of Cindy later on the way if you like to look at her. And she's a healthy woman. But she just wasn't her weight class. With Caitlin, she fights at 145. When she was at Invicta. So in fact 155 is just maybe a few pounds off of her natural fighting weight. So and she's taken a lot more battles. She fought with some heavy competition. And that's why instead of putting Kayla against Caitlin, they put against Cindy Noir.
Yeah, but to be honest though, I don't think Kaylin Harrison wants that fight. I don't think she wants that fight with Chris Cyborg.
No, she don't. She's supposed to say she's a free agent from the PFL, but keep your hot job ass where you belong. PFL is where, like Dana White told her, keep where Dana White would love to have her, but he's not willing to shell out the money for her.
Right, because in PFL, she makes $1 million. I believe she makes $1 million every fight, right? Is that I'm not sure if that's
Well,
correct.
she made $1 million for each of her championship fights. And PFL also gives, remember Coach shows that PFL gives these fighters a couple $1,000s, I think, a month while they're not fighting. So that's a little thing that helps them out in the long run. And Dana White don't give none of his fighters nothing. You got to think about a couple $1,000s every month that helps out with small things here and there. And it's just she's not a complete fighter. Like you compare someone like Valentina Shevchenko, who's a complete fighter. Valentina can throw hands. Valentina can hit the ground. Valentina can wrestle. Someone like Amanda Nunes, who she's not a complete fighter, but she's strong in certain areas, like especially her ground game and her stand-up's decent. But that's the thing. Kayla just has that one thing. She has a judo, and that's about it. Her judo, and maybe whoever she's working with is working with her stand-up some, because she the last couple of fights she did knock her opponents down, but the thing is she needs to be tested, and I think the person that could test her is Larissa Pachinko, and she went to fight Pachinko, but then sometimes Pachinko didn't make weight. I mean, how the hell this is a fight? This is your big fight coming up. How the hell you don't make weight?
Yeah, that's crazy. So George, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because we all know Chris Cyborg, she's ever since she left the UFC, she's just been on a tear. Do you think that she should just, try to like patch it up with Dana White and try to see if she could make the fight with Amanda too? Because when you look at it, there's really ain't no fights. There really ain't no fighter in Bellator that could like, give, Chris Cyborg that tough fight. You know what I mean? So what do you think of that, brother?
Patch up what? It was not the patch up. It was Dana White who was in his feelings. She has nothing she owes him shit. Because the fact was, it was him and his feelings. Dana White, we coach talk about like Dana White don't need to be in power anymore. They need to downgrade his power. Just keep him as a figurehead. Also we know that him and Scott Cook are not going to get him on, and we're not going to see across crossing of two organizations. We're not ever going to see that. We just got to accept that the fact is we're not going to see that rematch. Maybe down the road, maybe if if Amanda retires, she says, you know what, I want to, maybe just give it. If it has to be somebody who wants to put on a big payday for that. And the thing is, you know anything about Amanda Nunes. She doesn't work for next for free. So someone has to really put out the big money for that fight to happen. Maybe a outside organization, maybe someone like if PFL. I think if they got to spend the money to do it, maybe PFL should do it. We're not going to get it with Bellator. We're not going to get it with the UFC. Maybe if, like I said, with Chris's contract ends with Bellator, and Mana contract ends with UFC, maybe go to PFL, fight at 155, and just settle your differences. Is Underated sleeping? Yo, brother.
No.
Wait.
No, woke. But I think everything you're saying and stuff like that is right on point and everything. So what do you think Cyborg's on go from here?
Well, like I said, I think she has like about 7 more fights on the contract. So waiting on if Kat Zingano has some courage and a successful fortitude, that she probably fight her. If not, then there's Leah McCourt. She's climbing up. She just had a fight against Jessica Baraga about a month or so ago. If they throw in, maybe give Leah one more person, maybe put up against let's see, either Arlene Blanco or maybe Leslie Smith. If she fights one of those two, then they'll probably give her a title shot. And after that, they just have to really, because Bellator does have a decent 145 division, but they just need more bodies. And and like I said, Chris has a 7 fights contract. She has actually it's a contract like this. It's actually she has 7 more fights left on her contract.
Damn.
And the thing is, that many fights left in your contract, who's really, there. I mean, it's just you really just gotta feed the kitty. But also you remember Bellator also they do this. They let their fighters do other stuff. Like Denise Keelhost, she does a lot of she does Muay Thai, and every now and then she does some Muay Thai. There's his one rematch that they could make, especially with Bellator. They have hands in Muay Thai. Her and Jarena Jojo Bars. They fought years ago. Jarena beat Cyborg. Maybe that'd be a great fight to have. Bellator can set it up, be a Muay Thai fight. A lot of people are not big fans of Muay Thai, but hey, it'd be a fight that I think Chris probably would like because she wants to avenge that loss. Jarena, if she probably can get some big money from Bellator compared to other organizations. That was something we can really set up. Somebody sleeping.
I'm here, brothers. I'm here.
Nah, actually, I was trying to check out. But what about now let's talk about Valerie. Anybody talk about Valerie, man? Yeah, y'all mean, let's talk
That's
about
good,
Valerie.
yeah.
She had a split decision.
Yeah, she won a split decision. That was a pretty good decision. She mentioned she wants to fight the girl that beat her, Hannah Guy.
Yeah.
No one Bellator
Rematch?
Yeah, rematch.
Rematch.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good that she's gonna get that. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
she wants to redeem herself. That's good.
well, it's up to Bellator, but she's one of the popular fighters on there because every time if you watch when you show open credits for the Bellator thing, they show Cyborg, they show Lena, Laura, Alejandra Laura, and they show Valerie because that's the only 3 female fighters I've seen. You don't show any others, because Chris Cyborg was the big star, and Valerie and Alejandra, they're pretty girls, attractive girls, and that's why they're I think more popular girls. They even show the champion, Jessica Velasquez. Not Jessica. It's Jessica. No, Juliana Velasquez. They don't show her on the opening credits, and she's the champion in the flyweight division. And the good question is, who's she gonna fight next? Because she beat Denise Keelhost. So that means that she probably is going to fight somebody like Liz Carmouche next. So that's probably the next person in line for that title. But like I said, Valerie, like I said, she's a pretty young girl. I mean, at the point when after she beat the other girl, she said, "I'm an Instagram model. Keep calling me Instagram." Yes, she's on Instagram, but remember, she's 23 years old. She's she's a young girl, and young girls, they love social media. And the thing is, they got to be careful with these trolls that don't pay attention to these trolls because they got nothing else to do. If you are on here hating on a 23-year-old girl who is a pretty girl with a nice body, you have issues. Not that you hate on her because you hate on her. You hate her because you can't have her.
Right.
I'm not hating.
Yeah, I can never, as a grown man, I can never hate on a female because I'm a man. Women and men are different. Any man who hates on a female, you have some sugar in your tank. That's the truth of that.
I'm not gonna lie though. I saw a video. I'm not a video, but I saw a photo of her. God damn, she was in the. I'm trying to remember what kind of the baby suit it was. I think it was the V baby suit. That baby suit that covers the nipple, and then it just what I'm talking about. Man, when I saw her in that baby suit, I was like, oh shit. Her ass was fat, man. Whew.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, lately I be going to Instagram. I go straight to mine when George send me the pictures, but I be like, yeah. I'll say, oh man, I gotta get a paper towel, wipe my lips.
And the thing is, you gotta. She is, like I said, she's young, and she has, like I said, she's young. She's attractive. She has a nice body, and she's using that, because you know what, you can't, you ain't gonna do MMA forever, and as long as you don't, it doesn't take away too much away from your looks, and it's a way. Like this thing is, as I do bodybuilding content, and I talk to some ladies how they do stuff because the fact is it's the way to make money. Just like MMA, female bodybuilders, they struggle financially because they don't make as much money because most time you have to if you don't get into the top winning parts of the shows, you're just you're not gonna make no real money. So you have to do what you got to do. Like they would do photos and video stuff. They do OnlyFans. They do whatever they can to make the money. And Valerie, she's young. And she has a pretty face. She has a nice body. She, she has just all the qualities that men would find attractive, and the females too. And she's using those qualities to make herself a living. You got to think about it. Like we talk about a lot. Excel over at coaching. And we talk about here on you, which you also underrated that. MMA fighters, they struggle financially sometimes. They were just, you remember that fighter Shine By saying that she was just happy she got $50,000 bonus. Now, $50,000 is not much. You think about it. If you think about it, the bargain basement boxer still makes more than a second tier MMA fighter. You got to think of the most not as well known boxer. Who's not a champion, who's been around, still makes more than maybe, I would say, someone like second tier fighter like you talk about Frankie Edgar, somebody like that, bottom basement to still make more than Frankie Edgar. Someone like who else? Chris Weidman. Think of another some guys have been around, don't have a title, but just been around.
Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Those guys are, I would say, second raters, second tier, and still don't make more than a bottom basement boxer. And, even if got a Conor McGregor, John Jones, Amanda Nunes, who are the top notch fighters in MMA, still doesn't make more than second tier boxer. So she's young. She got to make her money where she make it, and people hate on that. You have a problem with that. Sex sells. That's the fact of life, and this is the sad part of it. Even when women are more popular, still men make more money in the sex department than women, especially because you have gays and guys like that, and guys like us who love women like Valerie, who's attractive, young, full figure. I mean, there's nothing sexy about someone like Joanna Bojangachek who looks like a walking stick with two nail posts on her chest. I don't. There's nothing. She don't get nothing. I don't get that. She don't toot my horn. But someone like Valerie or Beth Correa. I'm not a big fan of hers, but she does have a bad body. Mackenzie Dern. I mean, just women. Like I said, some of these fighters. That's why they do what they do to try to make money. So why if you hate on Valerie, you have an issue. You hate on a 23-year-old girl who will generally, if you like this, if you see pictures of guys in lockup, hey. There'd be a lot of calm brothers, and you're gonna lose up a lot, and they're gonna lose up a lot of lotion. So we say, hey, yo, don't put no money in the books. Send me some lotion and Kleenex.
Like I said, they just hating because they can't get her. That's why.
Yeah,
right.
I know that I don't have a chat. I'm 40. I'm gonna be 47 in this week, and I'm on to that girl's daddy. I don't have a shot. I accepted that. But I can still look at her and fawn over her and drool over her and have dreams about her.
You never know, man. I disagree with that. At the right place at the right time, man. How about you going wait at the octagon and wait? See, maybe like not that far from you. You see her like this, and you see, oh, I hear you. You do bodybuilding. Yeah, then she do a little side thing. Yeah, you like this, don't you? I'm for 47. Say, I've been. Think about it. I like old man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gonna straighten up and fly right. Don't play with me.
If she comes to me like that, yes. but I better have a thing of Viagra, some Gatorade,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
defibrillator
yeah.
beside my bed.
Yeah. You got to get a lot of rest for
Yeah,
If it's not,
yeah.
if I put on, you'd be like, dang, you'd be like, Valerie.
And she better not do reverse cowgirl, girl, because if she's on top of you and she's reversed and you seeing that fat booty just quaking, it's like, ugh, it's over.
Damn.
Let's talk. Let's stop talking because they gonna say, "Oh, you sexist, you. That's all you think." Well,
We're men, especially you people. It's harder nowadays to be a man saying, you know what, we love women. I love women. Like I said, I was raised by my mother and my four sisters. I worked at one of my jobs I worked at a textile plant. I worked with a lot of women. And when they're comfortable with you, women, especially when they're comfortable with you, they'll tell you everything. They'll tell you your life story. And so again, I used to work at a strip club. One of my jobs I worked at, the only job I had worked with was I used to work at a cold storage place, and that was the only job I had worked with nothing but men. And I feel comfortable with the guys. We can talk about stuff. But I feel also comfortable with the ladies when we talk about stuff. We can talk about things that sometimes with some women you can't talk about some things, but with some women you can talk about things that might not be as it was as I would say female friendly. But if some women are mature and understand that you're a man and you talk about these things, especially if you like some of these ladies I used to work with are older, they had sons, and they, sometimes they used to talk to their sons about that stuff. Like, hey, when you go out there, be careful because not everything glitter is gold.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else tonight that we should talk?
Yeah. We got a couple more things to talk about. Last night's fight night was pretty damn good from start to finish, man. I mean, there was a lot of finishes last night, man. I mean, I would like to recap it. I really would like to recap it because this card was awesome. So, like I said, I'm gonna do a recap of this because it was a very good card. The very good fight night, excuse me. So, the first fight was Kenny and Nuko versus John Dulong, and man, I mean, he stunned I forgot what country he's from, but he stunned him. Yeah, he stunned him. He stunned him, right? And then when he got Njuko up against the cage, he started in these elbows. Boom, boom. It went right through Njuko's guard, and then Njuko just dropped. He went still. He just face planted, and I was like, damn. Because from what I'm hearing, that this dude Jang Kyuan, he's on a 14 fight win streak. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, man. So the next fight was Marcus Diukis versus Rafael Alves, and like I said, this was a very good fight too. The fight only lasted like for 2 minutes. The fight only, it was 2 minutes. Like I said, Rafael he stunned Marcus Diukis with his jab, and Marcus started staggering. He started staggering, and then Rafael Alves he threw this nasty knee. Marcus' body went limp a little bit, and Rafael Alves sank in the guillotine choke, and then Marcus Suzuki, he ended up passing out, man. Shit was crazy, man. The next fight was Courtney Casey versus India Juka, and Courtney Casey, she put on a striking Joshua, yeah. She put on a striking clinic on Lunia Joshua. I mean, I only give credit to Joshua because every round that she scored a takedown. Rounds 1, 2, 3, she scored a takedown, but man, Courtney Casey put on a striking clinic on her. You know what I mean? Like I said, Courtney Casey, she's 10-9. Ooh. She's 10-9. So, and we already know about Courtney Casey's that her takedown defense sucks. We all know that.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next fight was Sean Woodson versus Colin Algolin. And man, that finish was sick. I mean, Sean Woodson, he stunned Colin Allen to the body. with that nasty body shot. It stunned him the first time he staggered, and then, like I said, when he went up against the cage, Sean Woodson threw another body strike, and then Dan Colin Ogden, he just folded, and the fight was over, man. Crazy finish. So the next fight was a good fight. I ain't gonna lie though, it was Cynthia Cavallo versus Angela KKK Lee. We don't call her KGB Lee. We don't call her that. We call her KKK Lee because we already know she's a racist. She's a racist. And like what I was saying, to me, round one was a toss up. Like I said, because both of them would landed pretty good shots. Because both of them was actually leaking from the nose. Cynthia, she was throwing out the jab. And Angel Lee was throwing good combinations. So to me, like I said, round one was a toss up, but round two was just all Angela KKK Lee. I mean, like I said in my video that I was talking about yesterday, that if she had threw more, body shots, she could have got Cynthia up out of there, you know. But like I said, round two was just all her, and then Cynthia Cavallo, she ends up quitting on the stool, man. And like I said, man, that's not a good look to quit on the stool, because Dana White, he doesn't like when a fighter quits on the stool. He actually would like to see when a fighter go out on the heels. So that's not very a good look, because now Cynthia Cavallo, she's 0-3 in her last three fights. So she might get cut. Get cut. Yep, she might get cut. So like what George Page told me in my comment section, she said, "Don't be surprised." I said, "I won't be surprised at all, man." Because she quit.
Yeah, and
quit.
I'm telling you, right. And then you get Dana White, and you know how Dana White is, as y'all already know. What you doing, Cynthia? You just making him looking good. Bad enough he don't pay. I ain't because you are bad enough he don't pay. You know what I'm saying? You gonna quit right there? Look at this though. She quit, man. You gotta think of stuff like that.
Yeah, because like for when she was fighting in strawweight, she was a big star there. She was the big, next big thing. But then she decided to go up to 125, and I don't think we mentioned it. We said I don't think it was a good move for her to go up to that division. The girls are bigger. They're a lot more. I would say you might say tougher. I mean, I think one thing, when she fought Jessica Andrade, was it about a couple months back? I think Jessica Andrade, September, Andrade broke her. I don't think she gave her enough time for herself to recover from that Andrade fight. And then all Andrea did was just finish off what was left. And Andrea, she gonna push her because when I used to be a KK Lee fan. I used to like when she used to wear her little outfits, in the fights. But then when stuff came about her husband and condoning his racism, it just kind of fell off. And she's climbing up there into the division. I think she's number 7. And she beat one of my favorite fighters, Valentina, and then she wins this fight.
Antonina.
Antonina. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, she beat Antonina. And there's a possibility. Right now, there's nobody I would say available to fight. Valentina. They're talking about pushing. What's the face? Tyler Santos. But you know how the UFC is. If they usually want to push the more friendly type of woman, and that is Andrea Lee. But she don't have a chance against Valentina. And even though people like Taylor Santos needs to hers. I think Valentina is just cleans up the whole division. She truthfully does. I don't see anybody right now, being really much competition for her. There's a good shot that she's gonna go undefeated in that division, and then Cavillo, she was doing pretty good when she first started. But I think one thing that really hurt her was that loss against Carla Esparza, that kind of took a little steam off of her momentum. Plus, she got suspended when she got busted for, being on weed. That also hurt her right there. She was like, she was out for like maybe 2 or 3 months, and then she was able to come back after that.
Yeah. And also, what also messed her up as well is that she thought that she had good stand up. You know what I mean? And because after she outboxed Jessica Hyde, you know what I mean, she thought she had good stand up, and she thought that was going to help her in her couple of fights. But you could clearly see in her last couple of fights, she got her ass whooped bad.
Mm-hmm. This thing is, she's not a stand up person. She has better ground game. She's a better wrestler, but she doesn't have no stand up. And if she might need to do is work with Jason Pereira. Yeah, he fixed some of Mackenzie Dern's holes, but Mackenzie Dern still makes some. She still throws her hands overhand right, dropping her head. Somebody's gonna take advantage of that. They're gonna hit her with an uppercut, and she's done. And the quick question is, can she go back to 145, 120, 115? No, she's already up at in 125. There's a chance that somebody said that Jessica Andrade can go back. She wants to, but it's up to Jessica. She wants to go back down. I mean, maybe a rematch between her and Wally in the future, or a third fight between her and Rose.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think. Because if Cynthia goes back down to 115, she's gonna get beat up. Because there's, like I said, there's 4 upcomers in that division, and they're gonna light her up. They're gonna light her up. To me right now, there's really ain't not much she could do. You know what I mean? Because like I said, 125.
She's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that. 125 is they're too big for her. You know what I mean? And 115, they're getting a lot better. They're starting to get competition down at 115 now. So
yeah. And then there's the question is like, UFC doesn't have a relationship anymore with Invicta. So there's always LFA. I think that's where they do a lot of recruiting now. That's from LFA. So if she does get cut, that'd be the place to go. Go LFA for a while. Fight those up and comers. It's Friday. A lady who we follow, we know who supposed to fight as Love It Young, and then what happened was her fight was canceled because of the California Commission. There were some issues. And she was telling me because her opponent hadn't got her medical clearance yet, and that's just sad. I was hoping her. She was the main card. It was going to be a title fight. Love it. She's been fighting for quite some time. Her last 2 fights, she knocked out both her opponents. This other chick, Jacqueline. I'm not saying her name right. Just Brazilian name. These Brazilian names are difficult to say sometimes. And she submitted one person in 30 seconds and she knocked out a girl in 10 seconds. But the thing is, that's the big difference between somebody like Lovett, who's been in the game, who has fought some tough points. She fought Vanessa Denopoulos, and she beat, that fight could have gone either way, but they went with Denopoulos. And then, like I said, her last 2 fights, she defeated her opponents by KO. TKO, you might have said, but it's a KO. And, it's just like I say, with Cynthia, she just has no, she don't have much of a future left in the UFC. It might throw her one more fight, maybe give her someone like what's her name? This girl named Mariana Moroz, who has been keep counseling fights. That's the one that I think Mary Ferrat called out when she said she wants to kick her ass. I don't see anybody else for her right now, but she might fight one of these girls on the lower end. And then if she like did what they did to Randa Marcos, give her that fight, then cut her. And that was some bullshit we did to Randa Marcos.
Yeah. Oh, George, there's some echo in the background.
Let me check. Let me put myself on mute. I don't know what it is.
Is it me?
Go ahead, go and say something.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm fine. I don't hear nothing.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Come back in, George.
You hear me now?
Yeah. Keep on talking.
Yeah, Echo. Go ahead and finish the rest of the lineup. XA.
Okay, so like I said, the next fight was Thiago Moyes versus Joel Alvarez, and like I said, the fight didn't last that long. It only lasted like 2 minutes, and like I say, I mean, because if you guys remember, Thiago Moyes said he fought Islam Makhachev for 4 rounds. You know what I mean? So he had to bounce back. But tonight, he got stopped. Thiago Moises got stopped by Joel Alvarez. I mean, Alvarez just started blitzing Thiago Moises with the elbows up against the cage. And the referee seen enough. And he stopped the fight. It was a good stoppage, too. Um, so we went to the main card. It was Sung Yudong versus Julia Arce. Sung Yudong, if you guys know, he's from China. And as you guys know, the Chinese fighters are not doing so well in the UFC. But as of right now, Sung Yudong, he's Chinese and he's doing very well. He's moving up the ranks in the bantamweight division. And like I said, he stopped Julia Arce, man. Stopped it very well. It was a good stoppage too. I like that stoppage as well. You know, Julia Arce, he was protesting, but it was a good stoppage. The next one was Miguel Baeza versus Caitlin Chaos Williams. That was a very good fight. Like I said, Miguel Paez, he was protesting because he thought that he could continue, but no, he got dropped with that right. He got dropped with the right hand, and then like I said, Chaos Williams started pounding on it. It was over, and like I said, he was protesting that he could continue, but nah, he was done. He was
Oh
out.
yeah, he was
Um,
done. Yeah, I watched it. He was done. Yeah.
yeah, he was done. He was done. I don't know why he was protesting. He was done. You know what I mean? His eyes. You saw how under it. You saw how his head snapped back, right? And his
Yeah,
eyes just.
it's like his head snapped back. Look like he gonna like he gonna break his neck or something. That was dangerous. No, that's a stoppage.
That was a good stoppage. The next fight was Felicia Spencer versus Leanne Letson. Like I said, this fight was boring. I'm not gonna lie. The fight was boring. It was very boring. And I know Felicia Spencer got the stoppage, but like I said, the fight was very boring. So the next fight was Ben Roswell versus Marshall Rigo de Lima. Like I said, this fight only lasted for 32 seconds, but this is something that I want to talk to you guys about this because this the stoppage was very controversy. Because like I said, to me, I thought Herb Dean should have stopped this fight sooner because there was a point in that fight. Ben Roswell, he was out on his feet, but when Rocio was just tagging him on the feet, you know, Ben Rothwell went for a takedown, but he stumbled over, and then you know Rocio the Lima looked at him, and then Hertheen stopped the fight. You know what I mean? And I was saying to myself, was that a was that a bad stoppage or was that a good stoppage? Because like I said, Hertheen touched him. Hertheen touched Rocio de Lima, you know, to say to stop the fight, but then he let the fight go on. And I was like, I don't know, you know. So what do you brothers think about that? Before I recap the last one.
Well, I'm just hoping that Herb don't end up like certain refs like Steve Mazziotti and you know who if they die should die, Mario Gonzaki. I mean, it's just you know I like Herb Deep. You know he's a good ref. You know, but sometimes it's the discretion of the ref. You know, if they feel like the fighter say has a shot, you know, you've seen fights where a fighter have took a big hit, like he's out his feet, but still comes back and wins it. You know, it's just discretion of the ref. But remember, he did stop that fight with that time with Rebus and Marion and Mariana Rodriguez. Yeah, that was, I think, but I think with some referees a little bit, they'll be a little bit more protective of women than they are with men.
You know, don't get me wrong. I like Herb Dean, but I mean, but he's been fucking up a lot, man. I like the brother a lot, man, but I mean that I don't know what to say, man. You know what I mean? Because Ben Rothwell, like I said, he was out on his feet. You know what I mean? Herb should have stopped the fight. You know what I mean? I just but because I was reading right that Dana White was a little bit he was upset about the stoppage of her thing too, because you know what I mean. He was saying that because I was reading the article today, he said that he said like if you're not ready to stop the fight, don't touch the fighter. You know what I mean? Because like I said, he touched Lima, and then he backed off, and you know what I mean. I mean, it, it's crazy, you know, because it's very crazy. You know what I mean? Just to see something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's just gonna be one of the debates that it's up to, like I said, as I said, they're gonna go with discretion of the ref, and if he feels like the fighter can keep on and continue, they'll let him go. If not, it's just like I said, it's just a lot of stuff with
Right. So the last fight on the pay per view was Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez, and it was a good fight. I love this fight. Back and forth fight, man. Back and forth. Pretty good fight, man. Uh, blood and glory from both these guys, man. Rodriguez was doing all these crazy shit. Max Holloway, being Max as always, putting on a good show, man. And like I said, it was a pretty good card. It was a pretty good card from start to finish. I like it, man. I like Max Holloway. I like him a lot. Like I said, I wouldn't say that I would call him the best boxer in the UFC, because if he was a best boxer, he wouldn't be taking a lot of shots. You know what I mean. And like I said, in that fight, Yair Rodriguez, he was showing very good head movement, and I like that. He was showing very good head movement. And I would say this though, brothers. I would say this though, because like I said, Yair Rodriguez was away from the sport for 2 years. Had he been active, he might actually beat Max Holloway. He might actually beat Max Holloway, but like I said, he was away from the sport for 2 years, so that plays a thing in this fight. You know what I mean? But like I said, this card was good, man, from start to finish. Like I said, we had Cynthia Caveo quit. The commentary with Herb Dean, and like I said, the main event was good. And like I said, we're gonna get ready for next weekend, because I'm hoping that Caitlin Vera beat the shit out of Misha Tate. I can't wait for that.
Yes. I am tired of Cupcake Tate. I mean, she is a hater. She was talking about Aspen Ladd. How Aspen Ladd, she's a little bit heavy, but Misha, didn't you come in overweight in a fight before? I mean, and just I still wish that Marion really put some boots to it. But like I said, Coach said she's getting older, and I felt like Marion could have beat Misha Tate. Misha Tate was out for 5 years. Now she's back. What the hell for? Didn't you supposed to have a job with with the one championship, and why are you back? What's the point of you being here? It's just, and I could get the point. You know what? I really truly understand why Ronda Rousey didn't like her. Truthfully, I understand. She's a hater. She's just,
she always been
not
a
just
hater.
a hater, not a hater, but she's just fake too. She's just fake.
Yeah, that's understandable. But she always been a hater, and like she's not a good person at all.
No, she's not. I think she's supposed to manage some fighters, and I don't know what happened with those. Those fighters supposed to manage. I mean, you manage some fighters. I thought you'd be making some money from that. And she's supposed to be an executive over there at a one championship. I mean, she's just
she's not a good individual. Look at her. She's not a good individual. Everything from her is stinks.
Yeah, she's just I would say a waste of space. I would tell you the truth, she's a waste of space. And I'm hoping Katie Vera, if Katie Vera can put on better, because she hadn't done too good. Her last couple of fights, she gets KO'd by Irina Aldana, and then she loses a slight by decision to Yana Kudryavtseva. I mean, she really has to pull something out. She has to put on a good performance. She's one of the people that was one point in her career, she was next in line for the title, but then she had an injury that set her back. She was out of the game for at least a year. Then she comes back, she fights Irene, gets knocked out, then comes back, she fights Yana, and then lose that by decision. If she can beat Misha, maybe she can climb back into the title fight. I don't know if she has a chance against Amanda Nunes, but it's it's truthfully not. But
nobody's not beating Amanda. Nobody ain't beating Amanda. Cut it out.
I know nobody's not beating. I know you don't like Juliana Pena, but can a man hope? I'm getting tired. I can't stand her clown ass, her Jeep and her RV and her stupid wife. I get tired of.
I saw something about Julia Pena because they were hyping up the UFC 269 card, and I saw something that Julia Pena, she likes to rush in with her chin up in the air. I'm telling you that Amanda's gonna counter up. Yep, yeah. Amanda's gonna counter her, and then she's gonna drop the shit out of her.
I'm telling you,
you can't do that shit when you You can't do that shit when you fight Amanda.
You can't do that. That's chin. I'm telling you like that. Yeah. Her chin, she gonna find her chin in the ground, man.
In that fight with Valentina, she could have won it, but the fact was she got too reckless. And then the fight with GDR, she could have won that fight. So then again, she got too reckless. She has to be smarter, especially when you fight somebody who is that dangerous.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like one of the training when you, as you already know, in MMA, one of the things they tell you constantly when you combat, they keep your chin in. You're not supposed to keep your chin out.
Yeah, no, you gotta check your chin.
Yeah, like that will say you got to protect your neck.
Yeah,
protect your chin.
Don't worry, she's gonna find out. She's gonna find out. I'm not even like I said. I'm not even like worried because I already know what the results is. Amanda's gonna get her up out of there. Because like I said, Amanda, she don't play. Amanda, she don't play with her food. She doesn't. She gets you up out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just right now. Like I said, she's sitting on top. I think Amanda, she'll probably eventually retire. Like I said, and maybe when money gets tight, and what's face starts running her mouth says, I need a new car, I needed that, and then she'll come back and fight one more time just for the hell of it. It's all it takes. A woman always gets somebody in trouble for nothing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got nothing, my brothers.
Okay. All right, George. Do you have anything, George?
Like I said, not much going on. Like I said, this was a good conversation. We enjoyed having it.
Yeah. We caught up for 2 weeks, man. We knocked out 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, we knocked out 2 weeks.
Yeah, we knocked out 2 weeks. Yeah, we knocked out 2 weeks. Though, let me before y'all make your last remarks. Let me say this. People say, "Why do you sound so familiar?" I am. My channel is the Underrated Doctors. This is the number one grinder. This is my secondary channel. The number one grinder, real talk. I will hold this down till I get the Underrated Darkness back. It's going to take me a little time. Oh, Google. I can't even say nothing. I want to. No, I ain't gonna say that. But that channel will come back, and then this channel and I'm gonna hold on to this channel too. I'll probably do something different, and so most likely I'll be going back to Underrated Doctors, but I'm not going to terminate this channel. I'm just gonna keep on doing certain things on this channel. So why? So for now we're gonna work on this. Okay. So there's gonna be some stuff on Underrated Doctors channel that I'm gonna bring over here. Now in the near future, when I get to Underrated Doctors, I don't know yet what I'm gonna put on this, but this still gonna be running. Just trust and believe. This channel still gonna be running. Okay. Brother George, last remarks. And after that, SA Gotcha 23, stay right there, and then we're gonna close. Then I make my last remark, we're gonna close it out as a family.
Well, like I said, I enjoyed coming on with you fellas and chopping it up. This is like I said, let's try to support these fighters in MMA. They, like I said, these fighters, because they have a tough time. They're in a sport where they go through a lot of stuff, getting hit, getting hurt, Let's hope for the year's winding down, and I hope we can have a blessed and good rest of the year. Like I said, come by my channel. Check out if you're interested. If you're fans of MMA, if you're
Put your
fans of let me put in the description.
put your link on it, and after SS got your team make your last one, put your link in the chat too.
Yeah, like I said, come support. Bodybuilding also. It's just a tough of sport. And like I said, check, support my man Underrated. Let's get him back on his channel. Let's get him, to 10,000 subscribers.
And put some subscribers on here too, man.
Yeah. Let's say yeah. And also, let's get him to 1,000 so you can also get this sucker monetized too.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Love
welcome. You
you.
don't thank me, brother.
Put your link in the chat right now, please.
All right, about to.
In the main chat.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, S got your last remarks, please.
All right.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, put your channel in the chat too. Dito, I want y'all to support these brothers, man. Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, y'all know my channel as well.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I gotta thank my brother, Underrated Darkness, for making this MMA talk possible. Without him, like I said, we will not be here this Sunday night talking about MMA. But first and foremost, like I said, I just want to give a shout out to the brothers and sisters who have up thumbs up this video, because like I said, we are at 8 as of right now. So I just want to give you guys a salute. And also I want to salute to my brother George Raves as well. Go subscribe to his channel. He's almost close to 600 subscribers. It's crazy. He started a couple months ago and he's almost close to 1,000. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's very hard work and dedication that he's putting in the channel, man, so he can let that channel grow. And also, like I said, salute to my brother, Underrated Darkness. Like I said, let's try to get this channel up to 100 subscribers. And then we're going to try to get this up to 1,000 as well. Like I said, if you guys want to sub to my channel, it's up to you. I'm not going to force you. You know what I mean? But like I said, I just want to thank everybody for coming by the Sunday afternoon for us to talk to MMA Talk. Like I said, we just knocked off 2 weeks of MMA Talk in just one night. So like I say, stay tuned, you guys, for next weekend, for our next recap. See what's going on in the world of MMA. We're going to try to talk some more stuff. So like I said, just have a good afternoon. Peace and love. And thank you guys for stopping by for this Sunday talk. Peace and love, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, let me say one thing before I make my last remarks. When I bring back the Underrated Doctors, I'll still, let's build that up too. I'm thinking of 2000 and something. I forgot. But so when I get that back, let's build that on too. Let's trying to get this channel 1,000, and then let's try to Underrated Doctors. Let's try to get that 3,000. So so we could so I can give you more content. I can put some more content in. But I'm just saying though this too, that sooner or later this channel is going to be, like I said, it's going to be running, but I'm just going to do some stuff on this channel. Okay, I'm just letting you know right now. There's going to be some new stuff be on this channel when I come back. That's why I'll post from a lot of few stuff that I want to put on here. I'm trying to. That's what I'm saying. When I get the Underrated Darkness channel back, y'all gonna know the difference. Okay. Anybody that is traveling to your destination or home, if you're single, you travel with family members, friends, associates, wherever you do, make sure you get there safely and take extra safety precaution when you travel, because the climate out there, it is messed up and it's real, and we don't want nothing to happen to y'all. So think about that. This is the last of the Underrated MMA talk, number 26. 27 will be next week. Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. On behalf of my secondary channel, the number one grind real talk, my brother George and brother SA Gotcha 23. Thank y'all so much. And let's try to grow this, y'all. Let's try to grow this MMA, okay? So you hear anybody that wants to hear some MMA on Sunday, this is the place to go to. You gonna get real talk on here. We got the experts in here. We break things down, and you know we have, so trying to so get some people to come here and engage, and also women that you listen. If you're into MMA, you welcome to come here too. Wanted to get you to come to the panel, okay? So let's come on by. All right. So on behalf of my channel again, my secondary channel, the number one grinder real talk. This one is Ghost. Stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.